When you look at the statements that have been made by Western leaders, do you believe that there is some amount of doublespeak and also domestic concerns, particularly with elections in the United States of America? Do you think somewhere down the line, and I'm drawing a parallel with the Ukrainians also here, because somewhere down the line they feel there is a pressure that is coming from the United States of America, and particularly with domestic concerns, not really the concerns of the Israelis, not really the concerns of the Ukrainians. It is more about US's domestic compulsions.
So I must start and say that we are thankful for the US. I'm a huge supporter of the US. I served twice in the United States, second time in Washington, D.C. I'm a great admirer of this country. Its support to Israel that is second to none and everything there. Of course that there are politics, but every country has internal politics. And of course that once Henry Kissinger, the legendary foreign secretary, said about Israel that Israel has no foreign policy but only internal policy. And I agree with him, by the way, because I think that all countries in the world have, first, especially democratic countries, because they have to consider what the public is saying. Non-democratic, it's easier. Everyone is considering in its foreign policy internal politics, of course, and especially in time of elections. So I could not, but it's also about Europe. I'm sure that many leaders in Europe, when a very organized way, elements in Europe that are radical left and Islam, Muslim organizations and others came out to demonstrate against on October 7th, they didn't demonstrate for Israel. Immediately the humanitarian approach came. Humanitarian is only one side, only on the Gazan side. So when the humanitarian approach came in, and people came out, and now you see blocking of bridges in the US, but also in Europe, you see big demonstrations in the street. A politician, has to calibrate or calculate his political interest. It's there with everyone in the world, by the way. I don't exclude anyone. Again, I think that there are some who are supporting us very strongly, some who are opposing us very strongly, many people in the middle who are thinking how to deal with it. We are very determined because, again, we have no alternative. The alternative, and I said it in the past in interviews, the alternative is to swim to Cyprus, more or less. It's too far away for us because there is no, with every country around us, we have peace agreements, of course, with Egypt and Jordan, but if the situation is this, that the Jews cannot live in the Middle East and Israel, they have no place in the world. And this is a big issue. That's why we are so determined not to lose this war.